Drop a heart, of course, all the heart, because today is all about love.
I love to see those hearts and reactions.
I'm telling you. Yep, yep. Come on, send them in, send them in. It's all about love. Grenada is all about love. We got so much to share. You know, even the food is about love. You get off the airplane, you see smiling faces. You don't come with a partner, you could end up leaving with a partner. So, all about love in Grenada.
I just love that. What a great intro. That's fabulous. I think that is my favorite intro ever. That what you just said, that is so phenomenal. Welcome everyone. It's Sabrina with Spoiled Agent, and we have an absolute treat for you about romance and love. Now, I'm feeling so in love and romantic. I'm gonna text my husband. I love it. The
All
intro we
right.
just had was so fabulous and inspiring. So let's see those hearts. We love to see it. Welcome everyone here on Zoom, of course, Facebook, as well as YouTube and LinkedIn. We're so glad you were able to tune in with us today. And again, you're in for a treat and get ready for romance. I think that's so fantastic, the way you introduced it. So thank you. I'm here with Sekou Stroud, who is the Canada Director of Sales with the Grenada Tourism Authority. How are you, Sekou?
Excellent, excellent, excellent. I'm so happy to be presenting to the US agents. Emil, who is your US representative, sends his apologies. He's not able to do the presentation today because he has another engagement, but you're in good hands. I'm going to tell you all about Grenada, all that's nice, all that's spicy in Grenada. And of course, today is all about love. So I'm going to be talking to you about a lot about love in Grenada, the Spice Island.
And I want to say also, what a treat for all of you because you are all qualifying because you're here today to enter our monthly draw. This is the last couple days for a $250 gift card. So if you're tuning in live,
What?
your name, yes, Seiko, you saw those numbers were nice and high. We have it. Don't worry, we have it in the Canadian side too. So we have one per market. We're giving that away every month. Everyone who tunes in live gets a chance to win. And Sekou, you were so gracious, or Emil, actually, Emil sent that over, a gift card as well, just for the participants of this specific webinar. And I saw that was a $75 gift card. So thank you for that. So you could win double, you never know.
All right,
So
that's it.
all you need to do to qualify is stay on until the Q&A portion of this webinar. If you're on Zoom, we already know you're here. No need to let us know or send or share your email. But if you're on one of the social channels, please share your email with us. That way we do know and we can enter your name into the draw. So this will be recorded in case you fall off your chair of inspiration of romance. You can come back and watch it later. Maybe you want to share it with your clients. There's lots of opportunity for you to do that. You can view, of course, on our amazing Pure Grenada page within Spoiled Agent US, or of course on our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, you're talking to the absolute professionals here. I'm going to introduce our second guest in a moment. Please ask them. Okay, and help us out and do that in the Q&A. Sometimes not sometimes, often with all the excitement, the chat box comments get buried. So help us out and put it in the Q&A because we will address your questions specifically. We want to appreciate the time you've taken here as business professionals, and we want to take your questions seriously and help you get those answers. All right. So those are just all the boring housekeeping notes I have. I think we get, oh, look. Sion says, I'm a Grenada specialist. Woo, woo.
Awesome.
Good job. And so I want to not take too much more time and just help us get started. But here in the background, we also have Kayleen Johnson. How are you from Grenada, Hangers, Grenada?
Yes. Hi. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here. I'll be telling you all about weddings in Grenada and how we can make that happen, and how we can sell the Grenada package in terms of love and romance as well. So I'm happy to be here and I'm looking forward to answering all of your questions and being of great assistance.
Wonderful treat. And I'm also going to give you an extra peek. This is a great sneak peek, team, for what's coming because we have an amazing event coming up that you don't want to miss. So I will share that link with you. Please mark your calendars on Thursday, November 20th from 1 to 4 Eastern. We're going to have everything Grenada, an entire 3 hours dedicated to this amazing island with all sorts of suppliers and partners and all the things that you need to know. So watch out for that link. I'm going to drop it in the chat for you. And without further ado, I'll let you get started, Sekou.
Alrighty then, thank you so much for the awesome introduction. And again, my name is Sekou Strode. I am the representative for Grenada Tourism Authority in Canada, but your US representative is Emil Edwards. He is currently on another engagement, so I'm filling in for him. You're in good hands, don't worry. So without much further ado, I'll just go straight into the presentation. The screen that you're looking at right now, on the left-hand side is our carnage. And on the right-hand side is one of our many waterfalls. This one is, I believe, is Annandale Waterfall. The Carnage picture, I actually grew up around the Carnage area. So when I look at it, it just really inspires me, So I want to sing, it's a beautiful place and it's a place that really inspires romance. Isn't she lovely? Yeah, I'm not going to go any further with the singing. But anyway, right into the presentation, you're in for a treat. But before I start talking about loving Grenada, I'm just gonna do some housekeeping, because of course, in addition to romance, Grenada is really well known for its spices, etc., etc., etc. So before I start talking about romance, I'm gonna just briefly give you an introduction about Grenada. I'll say it's the elevator pitch. So we are located in the Southern Caribbean, so we're below the hurricane belt. Okay, my hats goes off to the people affected by Hurricane Melissa that just passed in the Northern Caribbean. We in the Caribbean we consider ourselves as one, so our hearts goes out to them, because they are affected deeply. But Grenada, we are geographically below the hurricane belt, so we are a year-round destination. Whenever I say we are below the hurricane belt, I always knock on wood because you never know. Mother Nature is a bit confused at the moment. We're really not treating the planet well. So every 25 years or so, we may get a hurricane. But generally, hurricanes don't pass in Grenada. It goes a bit further north, affecting our northern islands in the Caribbean. Usually, a lot of the boats that are actually not, are anchored in the northern Caribbean, they would come down to Grenada during the hurricane season because in Grenada, the boats can actually get boat insurance. Okay, so that's just a quick fact about the destination. Yeah. And I'll just start to play a short video to inspire you to sell Grenada and encourage you to actually come to Grenada in a That's just a treat, a sneak peek of Grenada. So you may be wondering, okay, I've seen a little bit of Grenada, I got a little tease. How can I get there? How can I send my clients to Grenada? Well, we have quite a few ways to actually send your clients to Grenada from the US. JetBlue has daily flights from JFK to Grenada. The flight is about 5 hours. And also we have daily flights with American Airlines, direct to Grenada from Miami. And also we have a flight with American Airlines from Charlotte, which happens once a week on a Saturday. And we are also going to be introducing Delta via Miami. So, fresh off the press, Delta is going to be flying into Grenada from December 20th, and that's going to be daily flights. So, all your clients that are in the southern US, it's a really good opportunity to actually fly Delta into Grenada from Atlanta. Fresh off the press. Oh, I'm seeing all the hearts. You guys must really, really love that. Well, I love it too. Grenada loves it. And I'm sure your clients are going to love it when they actually land in Grenada and they take all these different aircrafts to actually get there. And of course, because I'm the representative for Canada, I had to just, plug in a bit of Canada. So Canada, unlike the US with daily flights, we have 2 flights weekly on Sundays and on Wednesday with Air Canada. And from December 14th, we have a once weekly flight with WestJet into Grenada. That flight takes about 5 hours and 15 minutes. And generally from the airport to most of the major resorts on island is about between 5 and 15 minutes. So it doesn't really take you a long time to get from the airport to your accommodation. So you can actually take more time actually sipping cocktails on the beach or exploring the island once you land in Grenada. Okay, 2 of our resorts, Sandals and Royalton, those two resorts are like 5 minutes from the airport, but you don't actually hear the planes coming in because none of the resorts are actually located in the flight path. So send your clients to Grenada. They're not going to be disappointed whatsoever, and it's not a long commute from the airport into the accommodation that your clients select to actually stay at. So Grenada, we are not only one island, but we are a three-island destination: Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And we really believe in tourism that sustains you, hence our brand, Pure Grenada. We try to keep everything pure. We are a sustainable culture, and we don't believe in mass tourism. Okay, so we believe in tourism that really sustains you. Okay, so we have both black and white sand beaches, excellent rainforests, refreshing waterfalls. You can actually take a dip in each and every one of them. And we have amazing sulfur springs too. So the sulfur springs that have lots of healing properties. So for your clients that are into wellness, Grenada is a perfect destination to send them. In addition to that, we are known for our rich fauna and flora, and we have a excellent tropical rainforest, and we are a very safe, community-oriented culture on Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Okay, Grenada, we actually encourage everyone to leave the resort and explore the island. It's very, very safe to do so. Okay, it's really not uncommon to see a visitor on someone's veranda having a drink, because we are welcoming like that. All right. In addition, we have some of the best graded spices you will find anywhere in the world. Grenada is the world's second largest exporters of nutmeg. So for an island that's so small, the island literally smells like nutmeg. So you get off the plane, you're not only greeted by the welcoming smiles of the Grenadians, but you are greeted by the scent of the spices in the air, which actually is, a precursor to a romance most of the time. Okay, so Grenada is an excellent place to actually come off, and you're greeted from the time you get off the plane by excellent scents. And of course, we are the home of dark chocolate. So in Grenada, we have 6 chocolate factories, and I will tell you more about the chocolate factories a bit later. So I'm just going to dig a little bit deeper into Grenada itself. So we're below the hurricane belt, like I just mentioned, and we are on average 80 degrees Fahrenheit. We are 133 square miles, 12 miles wide and 21 miles long, and we are a population of 113,000 people. Okay, and again, because we are a culture of love, during the pandemic, we were 110,000 people. But lots of people were staying home during the pandemic. So of course, we had an additional 13,000 people added, sorry, an additional 3,000 people added to the population because of course, COVID, there's nothing else to do but romance all the time. Grenada, romance, we breathe it in the air. All right, our official language is English, okay? So you don't really have to worry about, getting a translator. Our official language is English. Even though we were colonized by the French in the colonial period, we did get our independence in 1974 by the English in 1974. So last year we celebrated our 50th year of independence. A little bit more about Carriacou. It's located 23 miles northeast of Grenada and has a population of 8,000 people. It's known as the Isle of Reefs, and it's really, really rich in the West African culture. Everything you see in Carriacou is just so pure and pristine. The meaning of the word Carriacou is actually the Isle of Reefs. So the underwater sea life on that island is incredible. They are known for their boat building culture, both in Grenada, both in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, because when the Scottish actually settled in the Grenada, they went to Carriacou and Petit Martinique and they brought their boat building cultures to the islands. So up to today, a lot of the boats that are built there and a lot of the boats that you would see traveling between the Southern Caribbean, between Grenada, Trinidad, and some of our other neighbors are built in Carriacou. They're called Carriacou sloops. It's also known for our carnival in Carriacou. There is something called Shakespeare Mass. When the locals would come onto the street, they were dressed in costumes, as you can see in the bottom right-hand side, and they go competition for who could actually recite Shakespeare verses the most eloquently, and they win prizes. Also, Carriacou is home to the oyster mangrove bed and home to excellent, excellent beaches. Okay, there are 2 ways to get there. There's an inter-island ferry as well as a small plane that would take you about 20 minutes to get there. The ferry will take you about an hour and a half. So Petit Martinique, not to be mistaken by Martinique, Petit Martinique is Grenada. All right, it's the smallest dependent on Grenada, and it's not even measured in square miles. It's that small. It's measured in acres. So it's 456 acres and only a population of 1,000 people. Again, very close-knit, community-oriented culture, and they're rich in boat building and fishing. And of course, they have an annual sailing regatta on Carriacou and on Petit Martinique too. So if you have any plans that are into sailing, it's also the gateway to the Grenadines. So what makes Grenada the perfect destination for in the Caribbean? All right, we are very rich in culture and history. We have a array of yearly festivals, we have carnivals, sailing regattas, and we have a very large network of nature trails for hiking, great for nature lovers. We have amazing dive sites. We are actually known as the wreck capital of the Caribbean. We are 3 islands, but one unique destination, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, and we have an incredible culinary scene. The Underwater Sculpture Park is the first in the world, and it was named by National Geographic as one of the Earth's most amazing places. And of course, we are the capital of chocolate in the Caribbean. Again, we have the best chocolate because the cocoa, we even have a chocolate festival, which is in May. Okay, so if you have any clients that are chocolate lovers, come for chocolate festival. It's like Willy Wonka's Island. You can eat, drink, and bathe in chocolate. So again, some of the festivals you can actually experience is the Chocolate Festival, and it takes place next year from the 23rd to the 28th of May, sorry. So it's a really good opportunity for groups. If you have any groups that are into food, into chocolate, the Chocolate Festival is an amazing time to actually go to Grenada. The Chocolate Festival, there's a day there's a bean to bar tour. Actually, not a bean to bar tour, but a tree to bar tour. So your clients can actually pick the cocoa from off the tree and go through the process of making their own cocoa. We have our Spice Mass, which climaxes the second weekend in August. And one of my colleagues actually likes to call it rum season open because during the carnival period, Spice Mass, people, they drink their rum and they actually parade on the street listening to music and of course, wearing the pretty costumes, and it's all clean, safe fun during our carnival session. We have a Devon Conservation Fest that's currently taking place. It goes on from October 25th to the 1st of November, and there are about a week of diving in Grenada and on Carriacou, diving reefs and also diving our sculptures. And of course, in Carriacou, there is a kayak mass, which takes place in March every year. And of course, we have lots of sailing festivals, billfish tournaments, and for the first time ever in Carriacou, we are going to be having a Lambi and Lobster Festival in January of 2026. So in Grenada, love is all about soft adventure. You can go river tubing, kayaking, the excellent hiking trails, and of course, you can dive the world's first underwater sculpture park. The world's first underwater sculpture park, we added 31 new sculptures 2 years ago, so you can see those sculptures while you snorkel or scuba dive. And of course, last year, we actually sunk an additional sculptures in our sister island of Carriacou, and it is themed A World Adrift. So school children are on, makeshift boats and they're oaring under the water. The premise from doing the underwater sculptures is once you introduce something under the water that's not native to the water, corals start growing, and once the corals start growing, the sea life moves in because, of course, the fishes, they eat lots of the corals. So that's the premise behind that. So in Grenada, again, it's a tropical paradise. There's lots of locations to visit. I would say must see is the Clayboyo Sulphur Springs because it has lots of healing properties. River Sally Sulphur Springs also on Welcome Rock, where you can actually stand on the top of a mountain and actually see the Grenadines in the distance, as a picture in the middle is showing you. So in Grenada, the food scene is spectacular. All right, we have, like I always say, it's flavors of romance. It's a dining in the Spice Island is incredible. Okay, so from the street food to the high-end restaurants, they are amazing. So it is really worth exploring the food scene in Grenada. In addition to the street food, recently Grenada, 3 hotels in Grenada were actually given Michelin rated for their food and their hotel. So the Calabash Hotel was given 2 Michelin rated keys as having exceptional service and food. And 2 other hotels on the island, Six Senses La Sagesse and Spice Island Beach Resort, they were given 1 Michelin rated keys. So if you have any foodie clients, I would recommend that you go to Grenada. In addition to eating some excellent food, the romance is also going to be inspiring. So Grenada is where love finds its rhythm, okay? So it's a naturally romantic destination. You can always find a quiet and peaceful location with panoramic views almost anywhere you go, All right, is a perfect for destination weddings and honeymoons, and there is also available a 24-hour marriage license. Okay, so couples can actually get married in non-traditional, unique wedding ceremonies. They can get married on the water. We've just submerged an underwater chapel with seating for 14. Okay, because the wedding day is supposed to be something spectacular, so we always think outside of the box. What would make the wedding experience, memorable? So in Grenada, underwater weddings for divers is a really big thing. So you can also get married in coconut fiber and river stone wedding gowns. So Grenada, lots of beautiful locations to get married, and you're going to hear more about those locations when Kayleen comes on the mic. So we actually had the first underwater wedding last year, and this is the couple who actually got married. So in Grenada, loves really blossoms there. All right, Grenada blends laid-back island charm with upscale experiences, making it an ideal for both barefoot luxury and refined romance. All right, this has a diverse romantic appeal, whether it's a sunset sail, a waterfall swim, or beachfront dinner. Grenada caters to honeymooners and anniversary travelers and couples seeking reconnection. All right, Grenada is really all about love. Let's look at that couple on those pictures, as you can see. They're really, really into each other. All right, they offer intimate scale and big impact. With fewer crowds and a strong sense of place, Grenada offers privacy, personalization, and emotional resonance. All right, so it's key ingredient for romantic travel. Easy to package. All right. So you travel agents, so you want to know how you can package romance in Grenada. All right. From boutique resorts to curated excursions, Grenada offerings are really easy to bundle into high converting romantic itineraries. All right. So intimate beachfront dining, I'm going to go into a bit of the dining and some of the romantic dining. You can see the couple here, they're enjoying a nice intimate setting on the beach, candlelight. As you can see the lights in the distance. All right, so really unforgettable settings. Grenada beaches, especially Grand Anse and BBC Beach, offer stunning backdrops for private dinners. Imagine your toes in the sand and lanterns flickering and waves gently lapping nearby. Like, what's better than that? It's baby making season, I like to say, right? Because it's all calls for romance. All right, gourmet island cuisine. Couples savor dishes infused with Grenadian spices like nutmeg and cinnamon and fresh seafood and tropical fruits. Restaurants such as the Grenadian Grill at Silver Sands and Paradise Beach in Caracou specialize in romantic seaside meals. Okay, so take notes of those hotels because honestly, lots of those hotels are on the beach and they could offer out of the world experiences for your clients. They can tailor experiences, and the resorts and restaurants offer customizable dining setups for secluded cabanas to chef-curated tasting menus with wine pairing. Perfect for proposals, anniversaries, or honeymoon surprises. So get your clients to Grenada for honeymoons or wedding anniversaries, or even proposals. Okay, because Grenada, again, is all about love, all about love. All right. So Sunset Magic, early evening reservations offer couples front row seats to Grenada's breathtaking sunsets, a golden hour that transforms dinner into memory. And of course, dining blends authenticity with elegance. Guests enjoy Caribbean warmth with world-class service, often accompanied by live steel band and acoustic music. So Grenada, we really offer something for everyone, especially the romantic seekers. All right, so nature's embrace and waterfalls and rainforests. As you can see here, the couple here is on an Adelaide waterfall, because a perfect backdrop. So in addition to, just holding a significant other closely, so all really nice backdrop to actually having a wedding. All right, so Silver Sister Falls, our couples can hike through the lush rainforest, arriving at series of cascading waterfalls with natural ponds perfect for refreshing dips and quiet moments together. All right, so Grenada is such a beautiful place, and because there are so many waterfalls, you can actually be at a waterfall, and you and your significant other can actually be the only person at that location for the day. All right, so the waterfalls can become yours, and you can do what you want. All right. So in addition to Annandale Waterfalls, there is a Granitang Lake and Forest Reserve, which is a tranquil and misty crater lake nestled in the mountains. Ideal for couples who really, really loves nature and bird watching. And it really loves the quiet reflection. Our Granitang Forest Reserve is a perfect place for them. All right, and guided eco adventures, local guides offer intimate rainforest tours with storytelling, herbal remedies, and cultural insights that deepen the experience for their attachment to Grenada. All right, so I must warn you, whenever you send a client to Grenada, they are going to fall in love with that destination and they are going to keep on booking Grenada year after year after year. Grenada, we has a high repeat visitor. 65% of our arrivals are repeat visitors because once they go, they fall in love and they come back year after year after year. All right, Grenada is for lovers. Grenada is for adventure seekers. Grenada is for foodies, beach lovers. We have something for everyone on the island. All right, so secluded moments. Many trails lead to hidden spots where couples can enjoy privacy, picnics, or simply listen to the sound of nature because nature is really, really what it's all about. You always get back to nature. Wellness in a while with resorts offering forest bathing, yoga in nature, and waterfall side massages for couples seeking holistic connections. All right. So luxurious spas and wellness retreats, because a lot of couples, they actually travel together to actually go on wellness retreats. So Grenada is a perfect destination for that because we really don't believe in the mass tourism. So lots of hotels that you may actually send your clients to, they are usually, some type of wellness retreats that are actually associated with some hotels. Lots of them actually offer yoga retreats, or lots of them have yoga pavilions. And of course, it's a really, really immersive experience when you come to Grenada. All right. So oceanfront indulgence. Grenada's top resorts offer spa suites with panoramic sea views, open air treatment rooms, and private plunge pool. Couples can unwind to the sound of waves while enjoying side-by-side massages. Okay. There's a signature island rituals with treatments from often feature Grenadian nutmeg, cocoa, and tropical botanicals. These think chocolate body wraps, nutmeg-infused scrubs, and the coconut oil massages. Sensual and locally inspired. Because, of course, Grenada, we are the spice island. So we infuse a lot of our spices in lots of our treatments. Okay, so in addition to you getting your sensual massages, you will actually get in the sense of the spices also that actually, gets you in the mood for love. Beyond the spa, right, couples can enjoy sunset yoga on the beach, guided meditation, and bathing at sulfur springs, and perfect for emotional reconnections. Because the sulfur, I'm not sure if you know, but the sulfur, they offer lots of rejuvenating properties. So you go to some of those sulfur springs, you dip in them, you get your body immersed in them and get a nice sulfur massage, and you rinse off, and actually your body just feels light. All right, so privacy and romance. Many couples offer exclusive spa suites on private wellness decks, ideal for honeymooners and vow renewers. Packages often include champagnes, floral arrangements, and of course, sunset views. All right, there's also sunset sailing and island escapes. All right, look at that couple. They're taking a nice sunset sail and they're looking at the island in the distance. What better? Actually, I wish I was there with my wife at the moment, because it is a real treat to actually come to Grenada to actually do a sunset sail. All right, so private sunset cruises, couples can actually toast champagne on sun dips below the horizon aboard a luxury catamaran that can be arranged. Sunlight dinners, floral arrangement, and onboard music, perfect for proposals and anniversaries. You can go island hopping. Couples can also explore the Grenadines on overnight charters, discovering secluded beaches, local fishing villages, and vibrant marine life. A blend of romance and discovery. Okay, now of course our underwater wonders. There are many guided tours to our underwater sculpture park where couples can swim hand in hand among submerged art installations. Our underwater sculpture park, honestly, it is a must experience for anyone going to Grenada. Not only people looking for love or people in love, but also adventure seekers and just swimming enthusiasts. Grenada Underwater Sculpture Park, like I mentioned earlier, is one of the wonders of the world according to National Geographic. All right. So some operators specialize in small group or private charters, ensuring personalized service and privacy. Okay, and I believe you're going to be told more about that later on when Hangers actually starts to present. Flexible options from day-to-day sales to multi-day escapes. Couples can choose the pace and the style that suits their love. story, whether it's lounging on a trampoline deck or dining under the stars. So some of the resorts that actually offer, I would recommend for, couples that are looking for a retreat for actually a honeymoon, getting married, etc. All right, so Calabash is about 10 minutes away from the airport, and this is a virtuoso property and also a Relais and Chateau property. It's located on a beach, and it also has 2 Michelin keys for the food, accommodation, and the service. This resort is spectacular, and it offers a beautiful sunset view. All right, so I'd recommend all of the hotels that you're seeing right now on the screen for weddings and honeymoons. Additional to that, we have Silver Sands. We have 2 Silver Sands on the island, both Silver Sands Beach House and Silver Sands Grand Anse. Silver Sands Beach House is the new kid on the block, and that beach house is like small villas overlooking the beach, and it's on a secluded beach. It's really, really perfect for couples. Okay, and also we have the Silver Sands Grand Anse, which features the longest swimming pool in the Caribbean at 100 meters long. And of course, 473 Grenada Boutique Resort is an excellent, excellent resort if you have families or if you have a couples that want to actually travel with a wedding party whenever they're getting married. 473 Boutique Resort is a perfect destination for them. And of course, we have the Spice Island Beach Resort located on Grand Anse Beach. It's about 10 minutes away from the airport. And it is also a Michelin Key Resort, AAA 5 Diamond, all-inclusive resort. La Luna, perfect for honeymooners and wedding seekers. All right. This resort, they offer some plunge pools, beautiful view, and this resort is also located on the same beach as Silver Sands Beach House. But this resort is perfect for honeymooners and adventure seekers. Mount Cinnamon is located about 100 yards away from Grand Anse Beach on a hilltop. So this resort, every single room at Mount Cinnamon has a view. And that view is honestly perfect for romance and baby making. As soon as you enter that hotel room and you open the blinds, that you see every single thing that you see at that resort is really, really, really amazing. You take a look out of the veranda and you see the Grand Anse Beach and also our tongue of St. George's in the distance. Our Mount Cinnamon Resort is a perfect destination for honeymooners also. All right, and they'll have actually 2 restaurants on property, one on the hillside and one on the beach cabana. And of course, we have our Six Senses La Sagesse, which is one of the newest hotel on the island, the first Six Senses brand to open in Grenada. The Six Senses is a perfect destination located about half an hour from the airport. And this hotel is the furthest major hotel away from the airport, but it's half an hour away. So a hop, skip, and a jump away, as we would say in the Caribbean, compared to some of the other islands where you have to travel for about an hour from the airport to get to your destination, where you're staying. But this resort is all about wellness and sustainability. So it's perfect for honeymooners, for more of your high-end clients. And of course, this is the beach house that I was talking about. Just look at the rooms here. I believe it was named, the Silver Sands Beach House was named by Time Magazine as one of the best new hotels in the Caribbean. That resort is spectacular, 5 minutes from the airport, and all the accommodation is in that unique type of buildings. All right? Amazing. And of course, so what we have coming up, we have a Intercontinental Grenada. It's going to be open late 2026, and it's going to have 150 rooms and 30 minutes from the airport. So it's really close to Six Senses, La Sagesse. And it's a Grenadian resort that will feature more than 30 private suites and an array of restaurants and bars. Okay, so look forward to Intercontinental Grenada coming soon. And of course, I have to promote our Grenada Travel Expert. Please become a Grenada Travel Expert. The website address is expert.puregrenada.com. Again, that's expert.puregrenada.com. Earn rewards and become a Grenada Travel Expert. We have monthly rewards, and we also have a grand prize at the end of the year for the agent who has sold and recorded the most Grenada bookings. We have that prize for both the top-selling Canadian agent and the top-selling US agent. So please become a Grenada Expert, log your bookings, and we are looking forward to actually seeing you in Grenada and seeing all your clients in Grenada for the upcoming winter and into the future, year after year after year. Start booking Grenada if you haven't done so as yet, or actually come to Grenada. Whenever you come to Grenada, we would usually give you uh, a courtesy island tour, courtesy the Grenada Tourism Authority, because what better way for you to actually sell the destination and actually come in and actually immersing yourself in the Grenadian culture. And with that, I'm going to pass it on to, not as yet, I'm going to tell you how to follow us on social media. All right, we are on all social media. Our handle is at Pure Grenada. Our hashtag is at Pure Grenada. We run Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, which is now X. We are on Pinterest. We are on YouTube, LinkedIn, everything at Pure Grenada. Hashtag Pure Grenada, and also social media handle Pure Grenada. Thank you so much, and I'm putting it on to you, Kayleen. It's all about you.
All right, thank you guys, and thank you to my colleague as well for giving the starter in terms of what beautiful Grenada can offer. I would be diving into the wedding aspect, which is the epitome or the cake topper of love, and how you can get married here in Grenada, what we offer, venues, locations, even the resorts. And of course, if you have any questions while I'm going through, just shoot them over in the question and answer section, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. All right, so about hangers, we offer a full service and event design and planning coordination company in Grenada. We create unforgettable celebrations with a unique, style and flair. We have custom tailored packages for our clients. So if there's something specific that your clients would like to have, or if they have a specific vision in their mind, of course, our team would be more than happy to put that together for you. Next. Right. We offer three packages: our day of coordination, full consultation, and our destination wedding package. Most of the details that I would be speaking about is more geared towards our destination package, mainly because it takes care of all of the details surrounding clients deciding to come to Grenada to get married. So I always tell my clients, when you're thinking of the destination package, think about you as a couple and your wedding day, and also your guest experience. So we take into consideration accommodation, transportation, excursions as well. My colleague would have spoken of some of the excursions we offer here on the island. Our team would put all of those details together for them, where they would be able to just appear at either a cruise or an island tour or chocolate making. Any of the activities that we offer on the island, we would be able to coordinate and prepare those events for them so they'll be able to experience that, and not have to worry about their guests experiencing the island or them having to prepare that. We would prepare the client's experience and also the guest experience as well. So the destination package basically encapsulates everything that you can do on the island. So it's a vacation for a reason. So you're here for the wedding, but you're able to experience that vacation on the island once our team is involved with helping with all of those details that goes into it. Next slide. Right, so the destination package overview. So I'll just speak about a few things I think I would have mentioned in the previous slide. So it encapsulates all of the details for full planning. So everything that's required for planning your wedding and putting those details together is included in that destination package. We also assist with venue and design. So we would select the perfect location for you, and also the vision board in terms of the aesthetics of how what their wedding would look like. We have a vast list of an expert vendor team. So the vendors would be anyone that's providing a service for those clients, for the clients, I guess, on the day of the wedding. So your photographers, videographers, florists, musicians, anyone that's providing that service for your wedding, they would be included on your vendor list. Guest support, so we do save the dates. We also manage their website. So all of their guests would be able to RSVP through our website so they don't have to take on the hassle of doing that on their own. Accommodations as well. One of our guests here would have asked about group rates. They do have group rates. Most of them require 10 rooms or more. And then they would get discounted rates for those rooms. And then, of course, travel assistance if they need any. Transportation, so we offer shuttle transportation to and from, or from and to the airport. So they don't have to worry about getting a taxi or finding any lift to take them to their accommodation while they're here. Of course, we offer on-site support. If they're planning on having any other activities apart from the wedding day, I always tell my guests the list is vast. So if you're having a welcome party, a rehearsal party, a bachelorette party, or just a simple day away from all of the hustle and bustle of wedding planning, we would also assist with that and planning those activities as well. Of course, there's the legal aspects of it, the documents that are required. I would speak more of that on another slide. But we would guide you through all of that as well. And of course, the budget, vision board, and any other needs that revolving your wedding that you would need assistance with. We also have rentals. So we do have a vast variety of furniture that the guests can use. Two are pictured here. Indoor and outdoor setups, full setups, and of course the breakdown that goes with it. And basically, I think we're on a good track in terms of having a vast variety of options that the clients can choose from. Most times, if there's a vision that they have that we don't already have in stock, our team is very equipped and skilled enough to make those props or create or recreate it. And we have done that several times. So that's something that can be done. So there aren't any limitations in terms of them seeing something that they would like to have at their wedding day and it not being available on the island. I think we're in a time and space now where nothing is impossible. So everything that surrounding weddings or a vision that they may have that they like to include, we'll be able to source those for them. The marriage license requirements. So what your guests would need in terms of legally being married on the island would be their passports, of course, original birth certificates, a notarized single status affidavit, and that's basically attesting that neither party has been married before. If one of them has been married before, and they're now divorced or their spouse has passed, then we just need a certificate of the divorce papers or death certificate stating that the other party is no longer with them. The application fee is 100 XCD, so that's EC dollars, and then the stamp fees are 15 EC dollars as well. In terms of the process, we would take you to the ministry, and our team, of course, would accompany them. The groom would need to sign in the presence of an officer, and that's at the births and deaths office, and they're basically attesting that all of the information that they're presenting to them is true, and that license would then be carried to the Prime Minister's office, where they would give them the license to marry. At that point, our officiant would take that over. They would sign on the day, and then the documents would then be handed back to us, where we would then present them into the registry where they're now registered as legally married. In terms of appointments, we usually ask our clients to get there a bit earlier, 1 hour prior to the arrival time, just to avoid any fees, because if they miss their appointment time, there is a $550 fee that they would have to pay. So we usually ask our guests to get there a bit earlier just to make sure that all the documents are in hand, we're there on time, and just to make the process as smooth as possible. In terms of, can you go back? Great. In terms of venues, we do have a vast list of venues, as my colleague would have mentioned before. And we also have natural spaces that they can also use. Pictured here is one on our fort and also one at the beach. And both venues are open spaces. I always tell my clients as well that all of our beaches are public spaces. So there's no fee to get married on the beach. There is a small fee for the fort, but in terms of having an open space or a natural space, as we would say, I'm sorry we couldn't picture one of our waterfall weddings as well, but we have done waterfall weddings as well. And all of these spaces are public spaces and easily accessible to our clients. So these are options that they can choose from if you want to tap into the natural resources of our island. And as you can see, they would make beautiful backgrounds for the clients as well. Apart from our natural spaces, we also have a few of the hotels that they can use. Some of them are all inclusive. Some of them you can create packages and also negotiate for what you would like to include or what you would like to exclude from those packages. So the clients are able to build a package that best suits them and their vision and what they think their guests would enjoy most. So there is a vast options, the vast variety of options that the guests can choose from and the clients can kind of scout through in terms of what feasible for them in terms of their budget, what works best for them. There are resorts that do not allow any kids. So if they're thinking of having a kids-free wedding, there are resorts like Sandals that does not allow kids at the resort. So they can tap into that option as well. As I mentioned, there are all-inclusive resorts as well where they don't have to think of any additional vendors like a caterer or a bar. Everything would be handled by these resorts, and of course, all natural resources that they can use probably just for the ceremony, or they can use them for both ceremony and reception. Um, well, I would say why choose hangers, but I would say why choose Grenada. We, of course, are based in Grenada. So by choosing hangers, you're choosing beautiful Grenada as well. And we have been doing destination weddings for quite some time. Next year, sorry, would be 10 years since we've been specializing with destination weddings. So we do know the ins and outs in terms of what's expected, little hiccups that can arise. And once you're with us, you're in safe hands in terms of having a smooth, not perfect. I always tell my clients, we can't control the weather, things happen, but we try as best as possible to make sure that we're able to cover any hiccups without the clients knowing. Of course, we have personalized, detailed focus services. So we know each client is different. So we try to accommodate them as best as possible based on their needs. We do have planners and coordinators with us. So each client is assigned a planner that would be able to guide them through the entire process. Our planning process is very intense. We meet with our clients at least once a week, once we're leading up to the last few months of the wedding. And that, of course, eases their anxiety of planning a destination wedding miles away and not knowing what to expect. So we try to walk them through every aspect of the wedding planning process here on the island. So when they're here, they feel like they've been on the island before, just based on the knowledge and the support that we would have been giving them throughout the entire process. Next slide. All right, so this is our contact details. This is one of my most trustworthy planners, Chanel, from one of our past weddings, sorry. So if you're thinking of contacting us or would like to browse our page or browse our website some more, you can reach us on email. It's info@hangersgrenada.com, or you can go to our website. It's www.hangersgrenada.com, and we'll be happy to answer any questions, any further questions, or to just chat with you in terms of how we can make Grenada your destination location for your clients.
Thank you so much, Kayleen. Thank you so much. That was amazing. I'm gonna put this up in case any of you guys want to take a screenshot or a picture of our contact information. Hangers Grenada, she's a go-to for organizing weddings in Grenada. Okay. And I would like to say thank you so much for listening. But before I go, I would just want to reiterate a few things. One is our new flight from Atlanta to Grenada with Delta. The first flight is going to be on the 20th of December, direct to Grenada, and service is going to be daily. Again, Delta is going to be coming from Atlanta daily, starting from December 20th. So please, everyone in the Atlanta area, remember Delta is going to be coming to Grenada from December 20th, a daily service. Okay. In addition to that, I know in Kayleen's presentation, she was quoting an EC currency. That's our local currency. But the US is actually tied to the EC. So one US would give you $2.67 EC currency. So the 40 US is gonna be the 100 EC that she quoted is actually 40 US, and this what was it, 15 EC is the 60 US dollars. Okay, so just bear that in mind. And also, some of the hotels that actually offer wedding packages along with your bookings are Sanders and Royalton. Okay, as well as Six Senses and Silver Sands, and Radisson. Most of the hotels are able to do that, but in the packages for sure, Sanders and Royalton. And again, thank you again for listening. And the main contact for the US is Emil Edwards. He is the USA sales manager. So please take a picture or a screenshot. Emil is the man to contact. You know, he's very responsive, and he has all the information about the US market and how to actually get from the US to Grenada and what you can do there. And me, in the small picture at the bottom, I'm responsible for the Canadian market. And it was a pleasure actually presenting to you today. And if there anyone listening from Canada, you know, just take my information here and reach out to me if you have any questions about getting your clients to Grenada from Canada. Okay? With that, I am going to open the floor to any questions, comments, compliments. You know, you guys have
Compliments.
been.
You know what? I saw so many hearts. I thought you're going to make Seiko ask for a transfer to the USA. Let's show that flooding. I mean, how much did we love this presentation? Because I got to tell you, Team USA is strong with those reactions and that love, and I love to see it. And you know what? I'm going to give everybody who registers for our virtual trade show with Grenada today double entries to our $250 contest.
And we
Okay, so
love you for
here it
that. Thank
is.
you.
Right there. Register right now. Yvette on Facebook already signed up. Geo White, I bet you already signed up too. I see you. All these amazing supporters. So go register today because we're going to cross-reference those two lists. Alrighty, so you'll have double entries to our $250 gift card, which, hey, you could use for amazing things to make your vacation in Grenada. And Yvette had a question, which has now disappeared. Yvette, hold on. I'm finding it. I'm finding it. Um, sorry. Oh, when in 2026 does the Intercontinental Grenada Resort open? And are they taking reservations at the moment?
I do not believe they're taking reservations at the moment, but it's going to be late 2026. There's no specific date as yet, but it's going to be late 2026.
Okay. And for anyone that has to run, we know we're getting close to the 1 hour mark. So please feel free. And don't be worried about qualifying for the prize, of course, because that's already done. And we will send everyone a follow-up email with the contact details, that trade show link again, of course, as I mentioned, the contact, the expert program and everything, which you can also find as well on Grenada at Spoiled Agent. You know, we like to pamper you and make your life as easy as we can. Now we'll get into that Q&A. And we'll just start from the top. We will ask you which resort is best for older couples with walking issues. Do you have any ideas?
Well, I would recommend two hotels. I would recommend Radisson and Cuyaba Beach Resort.
Okay.
They're
And
both on Grand Anse Beach, and it's very flat there. Yeah.
Okay. This next question, I love it. Is there a website to order nutmeg and cocoa balls from the locals?
For the US market, I am not sure, but I believe if you go do a search for Grenada cocoa or
Okay.
order in Grenada cocoa balls, they would have some type of US suppliers that would actually have it.
Okay. And then there's a question here. Claremont Spice. There you go. Cocoa tea balls. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, Claremont Spice.
$3.69.
All right. Thank
Claremont
you.
Spice. I'll share the link and you're welcome, Claremont Spice. I'm looking for my commission, just joking. I'm happy to support Grenada any way I can. So next one up, was Grenada hit by a tropical storm or hurricane a year or two ago? If so, have the damages caused by the storm been repaired?
Yeah, so like I was saying earlier on, we are geographically below the hurricane belt, but last year, Hurricane Beryl actually passed in Grenada. It was actually not so much Grenada, the mainland, was not very affected by the hurricane. It was our sister island of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Okay, so are quickly rebuilding. I believe I saw a news report come out recently saying that about 95% of the homes has been rebuilt, and the cleanup effort has been going very, very well. I was actually in Carriacou when I went in Grenada in August, and I must say they're doing an excellent job with the rebuilding. And all the hotels are reopened, all the restaurants are reopened, all the tours are going smoothly. So everything is, I would say, is moving like a well-oiled machine. Grenada was not really hit by that hurricane because so all the hotels remained open. The airport did close when the hurricane passed, but it reopened the day after because again we were not affected. So I would recommend that, if you are thinking of selling people to Grenada, it's always a nice idea to do that because, of course, that's how we are going to help support Carriacou with the rebuilding effort, because tourism is really, really important to us and it really helps. Every dollar helps, and that would actually help to help rebuild Carriacou.
Fantastic. And I have a couple of these questions. Are there any all-inclusive properties?
Yes, there are quite a few all-inclusive properties, Royalton, Sandals, Spice Island Beach Resort. Most of the hotels on Grenada are family-owned boutique hotels, okay? They do offer the all-inclusive options, but you would have to usually contact them directly. Okay, I believe
Okay.
True Bay Resort also has an all-inclusive option.
Okay, fantastic. And then I have a lot of questions about the wildlife. Do any of the resorts have monkeys or wildlife on property?
Yeah, so lots of the resorts, you can actually see iguanas on property. Lots of them, well, not really wildlife, but lots of them have cats on properties. I know there are a lot of animal lovers. Lots of property have a lot of birds. This one hotel is called Blue Horizon Garden Resort. It's about 5 minutes walk from the airport, from the beach actually, from Grandlands Beach, but it's in a garden setting. So there are over 27 species of birds that actually make that hotel home. And it's also a garden resort. So it's a beautiful resort. And I believe if you have any clients that are into like bird watching, or if you have any clients that are into the flowers and stuff like that, Blue Horizon Garden Resort is an excellent choice. And again, it's not on the beach, but some hotels and other destinations who advertise themselves as beach hotels, Blue Horizon Garden Resort is actually much closer to the beach than some of the other hotels on other islands that advertise themselves as beach hotels.
I hear you. And when is the best time to go to see the monkeys in the destination?
Year round.
Okay.
Just bring a banana.
Just bring a banana. There
Bring
you
a
go.
banana,
Yes.
they're gonna come out and they're gonna interact with you. You can take a picture. They like kids. Once they like kids. They see food, they show up. You don't have food, it's gonna be a
See you
bit
later.
difficult.
Yeah.
At
You
least
might
they're
scare
not
them.
asking, at least they're not asking for video games though. Not yet anyway. How long does it take to get to Petite Martinique and how do you get there?
Okay. You get to Petit Martinique by boat, and it's usually from Caracou. So the boat from Grenada to Caracou is about an hour and a half.
Mhm.
If you're coming from Grenada, you can also fly from Grenada to Caracou. But from Caracou to Petit Martinique is about a 15-minute boat ride.
Okay, fantastic. And are submarine tours or glass bottom boat tours offered for the underwater sculpture park?
There are glass bottom boats offered, but there are no submarines on island.
Okay. And how do I arrange as a travel professional? How do I arrange the tour? I'm coming in March. Would they email?
Yeah, so please email Emil. His email address is edwards. I'm
Okay,
going to put it up on the screen.
perfect. And I'll also
Edwards
put it
at
again once again.
puregrenada.com.
Okay, I'll put it once again in the chat box for everyone. And do you need a marriage license from Grenada? That one's for you, Kayleen.
So it's not mandatory. So clients can get married, whether the US, UK, wherever they're from. What it would be called is a symbolic wedding when they get here. If they would like to make it a legal marriage, then yes, they would need to get the license to marry. If not, it'll be called a symbolic wedding where they're legally married where they are, and they're coming here just for a symbolic wedding.
Okay. And someone asked, can you tell me what Jab Jab is about and when does it happen?
You want to tag team on that, Kaylee? All
You
right,
take
so
the lead.
Jab Jab is the pride of Grenada during the carnival session. So carnival climaxes the second weekend in August, and Jab Jab is a street party that actually starts at 3 o'clock in the morning until
Okay.
like 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So for Jab Jab, the locals would dance behind big trucks playing soca music from some bands, or some bands they don't have real music. They may have you may be following a steel band,
Or
or you can
drums.
actually have bottle and spoons making a
Mm-hmm.
rhythm. The
Mm-hmm.
I
locals they
love
would immerse themselves in oil.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they would look really, really black, and some of them they actually paint their bodies in different colors paints. Okay, and they just go and they have a raving good time drinking their rum and just partying on the streets to soca music during our Spice Mass celebration. So again, it takes place on Monday on Juve morning, on a
Mm-hmm.
Monday morning during our carnival session.
And do people have to go to work or do they give them the day off after
No,
this?
no, no, it's just during
Like that.
carnival. So during
Mhm.
carnival, it's a holiday, a public holiday.
Okay, I think
Yeah.
I'm moving to Grenada. I'm in.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah.
my
So
gosh.
during the carnival season, there are calypso competitions. There are steel band competition. There's also a queen show. There's a day for parade of the bands where the locals or the visitors would actually dress in their pretty costumes and go and dance on the road to the local soca music. And there's also a Monday night mass where the visitors and the festival goers would actually be given different streamers with different um lights for different bands, and it's like a t-shirt mask. All right, so you take an actual drone shot of up above, and the whole street is just lit up with all the different color neon lights, with music playing in the background, and people just having a raving good time. So Carnival is a real good time to come to Grenada if you have any clients that are, carnival seekers or party goers. It's a real good time in Grenada, and it's one of the actually the safest carnival you can actually go to anywhere in the world. Because lots of people come to Grenada, but at the end of the day, when everyone goes back, there is usually no incidents whatsoever in terms of fights or the other
Yeah,
unfortunate instances that actually takes place, when there's a big festivity.
Mhm.
sure. And can you just say once more when that is?
Yeah, so it climaxes the second weekend in August.
August. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Wonderful.
All
And
right.
then the next question says, which resorts offer bachelor service? Do you mean like an event? Probably they mean an event. So like a
Kaylee, you
bachelor
want to take that?
party. Do you know of
Kaylee, you
any,
want to take that?
Kayleen, that come to mind?
Um, Bachelor service. I'm wondering if they mean butler service.
I
Um,
also was wondering, or if they need a bachelor, then they
yeah,
got, yeah.
yeah, so I know Sandals does offer butler service. In
So does
terms
Royalton.
Yes, Rawton does offer butler service as well. If they are speaking about bachelor services, then it would be an event, and most of the resorts would be able to put something together for them, depending on their needs. Or if they would like to contact us as well, we can put something together for them as well.
I think you're the absolute authority on all of that. They should
Right.
let hangers do it. Okay. So when is the best time to visit Grenada with a group? There's three questions in this one, so I'll start off with the first.
Okay, so with a group, I would say, well, for all the questions, I would say there's no perfect time to visit paradise, okay?
Mhm.
Year-round Grenada is open and Grenada is paradise, so just come to Grenada. Okay, but for our groups, it depends on what the group is into. Okay, we
Yep.
have a music festival that's taking place next month in November. We
Mhm.
have a foodie festival that's taking place in January, which is called the Lobster and Lambi Festival is taking place in Carriacou. We have a carnival in August. All right, the second weekend in August. We have a Dive and Conservation Fest that usually takes place late October. And we have a chocolate festival in May, which happens next year from the 22nd to the 27th. So again, it depends on what you're into. And of course, we have lots of sailing festivals and regattas taking place on all three islands within the first 2 months of the year.
Okay. And would the 473 hotel be a good for a group of about 10 to 12 people to all stay together?
It
And
would
do you
be
know
perfect.
pardon?
It would be perfect for sure.
Okay, and how many bedrooms that largest accommodation has there? So do you know anything about the larger suites or
Oh,
bedrooms?
at 473?
Yes.
I am not certain about it, but I believe it can accommodate 10 quite comfortably.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. And you already said the perfect time is all year round, but I guess another question that's part of that, is there a rainy season, someone asks?
Yeah, so we do have a rainy season, which is from June to November. But even when it rains, it may rain for like 10, 15 minutes, and then the
Hmm.
sun would come out, and then you can go ahead and enjoy the rest of your vacation. So it doesn't really rain for a very long time.
Oh, who doesn't even enjoy a warm Caribbean rain? Hello,
Mhm.
right? Go freshen up. Yes, absolutely. I don't see an option to save the chat. Do you know how to save the chat? I don't, but don't you worry because we have you covered. Remember, our name is Spoiled Agent. We're going to send you an email with all of the details or things that you'd like to have, I hope. If not, please reach out to Emil, whose email I'll throw in the box once again. What resorts do you suggest that offer luxury wellness retreat experiences?
I would say Spice Island Beach Resort and Six Senses La Sagesse.
Okay. And a couple questions about Carnival. You got everyone so excited. How do you participate? Do you have to bring your own costume or can you
Oh
purchase
no,
outfits?
there are different carnival bands.
Hmm.
So for the people who are interested, I would recommend that they actually go to Spice Mass,
Hmm.
do a search for Spice Mass Grenada, and the
Okay.
website for Spice Mass is gonna come up and it's gonna have all the information about when it is, the bands that you can actually sign up with.
And then that gets you a costume or how does that work?
No, no, no. The Spice Mass will just give you information about the different bands that would actually be at the carnival. All right,
Okay.
with the bands. So it would give you the information for the bands. So the person who is interested can actually contact the specific band that they would want to play in, depending on the type of costumes that they want to play in. So there may be about 10
Okay.
bands.
Mhm.
All right, there may be about 10 bands, and each band have like six different sections with
Section.
different costumes.
Mhm.
So it depends on the type of costume that you want to play in. You would contact that band and make your payment, and they would, when you land on Grenada, they would actually deliver your costume to you at your hotel, or you can go to the band camp to actually collect your costumes.
The jab jab is
Wow.
free though. There's no fee for the jab jab.
You can just
Yes,
paint in
job is
colors and
free.
all
Yes.
kinds of things. That's wonderful. That's my kind of party. I love it. Can clients attend church services and are they in English?
Yes, our official language is English, and church is open to everyone.
Okay. Are there any FAM opportunities?
Yes, so for the farms, I would recommend that you please become a Grenada specialist. And again, the website address is expert.puregrenada.com. Okay, once you become a Grenada specialist, please log all your bookings. And when you log your bookings, that's how we will know that you're selling and you're interested in Grenada, and we would contact you based on how much you've sold Grenada to attend one of our farms.
That makes sense. And there's that link for everyone once again. Do you have a list of adult-only hotels that offer FAM trips or agent rates?
Well, the only strictly adults only hotel is Sandals. Okay. And but I would say that mostly that Silver Sands Resort, it's not adults only, but the most of the times I've been there, I've never seen children.
Mhm.
Okay.
That makes
So
sense. Okay.
that's a good option. And the website address for Spice Mass is spicemassgrenada.com. So that's Spice,
Perfect.
SPICE, Mass, MAS, Grenada.com.
Here you go. I'll drop it in the chat for everyone there.
Thank you.
Is Body Holidays still there? Do you have a Body Holiday?
Body Holidays were never in Grenada. I think they were the sister property to La Source. And
Okay.
Sandals actually bought over the La Source property, so that's now Sandals.
Okay, there you go. And then LaShawn says, thank you for answering all of my questions. We have so many great comments in the chat, in the question box as well. Sorry, I haven't read them all, as I know, and I've gone over the hour. I'm sorry, Sekou and Kayleen.
That's
I didn't
fine.
ask if that was okay first.
That's
We have
fine.
so many engaged agents who just are so in love now with Grenada. So that's fabulous. Everyone, please remember to sign up to get your double entries. And not only it's going to be one great party, this virtual trade show. It's called Grenada 360 Resorts and Wonders. And I'm passing that link on November 20th. Please mark your calendars. And I think that brings us to the end of our presentation. It's been fabulous, and I will hand it over to you two for any final words.
Kaylin, do you want to say something before I bring the
Uh,
house down?
yeah, well, thank you for joining. You've been a great support, great team as well. Thank you for all the compliments. Thank you for the questions as well. And we're looking forward to hosting all of you here on beautiful Grenada.
All right, thank you so much for that. And I would just say thank you so much to Sport Agent, for hosting us. And thank you so much for all the agents who have actually logged on for more than an hour to actually listen to the presentation. It really shows how engaged you are with the destination and how in love you are with the destination. This presentation was all about love. So I really hope that you learned quite a few things about our beautiful destination. I call it my slice of paradise. And you're encouraged to send not just some of your clients to Grenada, but all of your clients to Grenada. We have the flights, we have the accommodation, and it's a very, very, very safe place. So I encourage you to send your clients to Grenada and tell them to explore. And if you come single, you can leave with, picking up a significant other too. All right,
I'm
because
thinking
hey,
that's what the Bachelor
Grenada is all about
question
love.
was. Because that's how
Grenada
you
is all,
started, you might be starting some trouble over here.
oh yeah, Grenada is all about love. So you go single, you might come back with someone else. All right, so thanks again for actually logging on for so long. And again, if you have any questions, please reach out to Emil. He is very responsive and he is an amazing resource in the US market for all things Grenada.
Okay, and LaShawn, I think, is going to start organizing a singles trip to Jab Jab. I see in the chat.
All
I think
right.
that's a good idea.
That's a good idea. And I believe Emil might be going down to Grenada for Spice Mass next year. So contact him and let's get it going.
I love it. Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks for being the absolute best crowd ever, as always. And we hope to see you, remember, November 20th for the absolute amazing immersion afternoon with Grenada.